Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I'm so glad you could make it. This week we are going to attempt reading 150 pages a day again. I want to try 200, but I know that will take me hours and hours, and I am currently doing 2 vlogs at the same time. So I did get sent a book from an indie author, so I'm currently reading that, but I just need a little bit of change of pace. So I thought I would include this and read 150 pages a day as well alongside that. So I'm doing 2 vlogs. So please do forgive me. I also thought this would be a great time to just mood read a little bit. I do have a little TBR that I want to get to. I just looked at my shelf and kind of just took out some books that I thought I would be in the mood in or really wanted to get to. So we do have 2 Kindle books currently. The first one is, I'll have it up on here, A Vow of Embers, which is the sequel to A Tribute of Fire by Soraya Wilson. I'm very excited for this book. So excited. I listened to the first book in December last year. Absolutely loved it and I couldn't wait for the second book. So this is the first book we have on our TBR. It doesn't mean if it's going to be the first book I read, but definitely one of them. Then I did actually join a program and I got an ARC copy of a book called, it was just a few selections I think for my first attempt. So this one is called Haunted Heart by Susanna Thompson. I'll try and pop a picture up on the screen. It is a YA fantasy. Nothing better when I am kind of feeling a bit slumpy. So I think we might actually start with that because it is only like, I think it's just under 200 pages. So that would be fun to start a first book with and just give us that push that we need to motivate us to read. So very excited for that. I do need to write a review after I've read it. So I thought this would be the perfect video to include it in. And then the physical books I have on my TBR is Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. I am dying to finish the Magnolia Park series. So I thought this would be a fun video to include this in because I don't always love to do the videos where I'm reading or continuing series because it can get monotonous and I guess for you guys a little bit boring. So I thought I'd add it in a challenge. This is the 4th book in the Magnolia Parks universe. Very excited to read this. It is much shorter than the rest of the book, so I'm very excited. I don't like the keys that they have at the bottom of these, but anyway, I got this cover as well. Not my favorite. The next one is Finale by Stephanie Garber. As you know, I'm finding the series very mediocre, but it is such an easy and quick read and it will get the series off my TBR shelf, and this is the final book, so it might be a good time to read this, and because it's so easy to read, we'll fly through 150 pages. Then the last one, I've just been looking at this for ages and I read This Woven Kingdom, I want to say November last year, so it's been a while, and I've had the next 2 books in the series on my shelf for a while, so I thought what better time to add this in now. I don't know if we'll get to all of these. That is the TBR for this video. I definitely am going to start with Haunted Hearts. I think there's no cover on here. I hate that. It's just called Haunted Hearts Book 1, YA fantasy. Very exciting. I know I usually put stats on the screen, so 150 pages, read it in 7 hours or however long it takes me, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to try and read 150 pages a day, let you guys know. If we don't complete our pages, I am not going to roll it onto the next day. It will just be called a fail, but this is just a fun way for me to read what I want to and still get some content out to you guys. And yeah, that was the longest intro I've probably ever done. Probably not. I like to talk. But anyway, let's get into it, guys. I'm very excited. Good morning, everyone. Sorry about the angles. I didn't want to put my camera on my other tripod because I'm being lazy. Also, the birds are being so loud today. It's a really nice winter's day again. I literally am so happy because I hate being cold and I hate the winter. So it's been a blessing for, I think, 2-3 days now. It's just been great weather. Yeah, I'm about to do a workout. I was thinking of doing a workout in the garden instead of going for a walk today. But updates. So I did complete complete yesterday. I think I read maybe 10 pages over. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I really hope that you can. But I'm about 10 pages over because I read, what was it called? Haunted Hearts by Susanna Thompson. Maybe I should shut the door. This bird is really loud and obnoxious. Hopefully that sounds a bit better because he was being rude, but now the lighting has changed slightly because my door's like not double pane. I read 117 pages of the Haunted Hearts and then I actually started finale. I just felt like something easy again, so I thought we'd finish this book, and it is so easy to read. And then in this book I got up to page 53. I was supposed to read up to page 42 because that would have been the difference between the two books. Okay, so let's quickly just get into Haunted Hearts, which, like I said, is an ARC. It's also an indie author. But anyway, I had a fun time reading it. It was really easy to read, really easy to get through, and I gave it a 3.5 stars. This is about our main female character, Hazel, who lives in the town of Salem. However, she doesn't believe in witches or witchcraft or anything like that because she thinks it's just a tourist trap for Salem. But she has a crush on this guy who is very dark, mysterious, aloof, and that, I guess, is her allure. He is also in a wheelchair. There's something like funny about him. I don't know if it's a joke, but in the beginning she's like, he might even be a warlock because he's just dark and mysterious. Things start to happen and this guy ends up saving her life as well as her best friend's life. So this kind of spurs her on to think that something supernatural is going on. So she starts investigating. She finds out a little bit about herself and more about her family history in Salem, and the two of them kind of go, not the two of them, herself and her best friend kind of go on this journey to discover what is going on. Through this, they find out that something dark is going on with this guy that she has a crush on. His name is Devon. What they discover is pretty dark, so it kind of just ends there, and then we obviously move on to the next book. My problem with the book was that it was too short. It's 117 pages, and I felt like we could have fleshed out the relationships and the plot and even the scenery a little bit more if it had maybe even 100 more pages. It was more like a novella, but for that I gave it a 3.5 star because I did think it was good. I love dark witchy themes, so if you do too, keep a lookout for this book. But I thought it was pretty easy to get through. It did take me longer than I expected because yesterday, for some reason, it was such a nice day. I couldn't sit still. I literally would sit down, read for 10 minutes, get up, do something, sit down, read for 10 minutes, get up, do something. So eventually I put on an hour timer and I got a chunk of it done like that, but it definitely did take me longer. I think this would be a very tall book because in my Kindle every 2 pages was 1 page, and I hate it when that happens. So I basically felt like I read double. But anyway, I just wanted to follow the rules and we read 150 pages. Then, like I said, I started finale, and this is the final book in the Caraval series. So far I'm liking it a bit better than both the other books because the themes are a little bit darker. We have both sisters in this room after what happened in Legendary. The second book kind of ends on a cliffhanger, so we pick up straight where that left off. And right now, like I said, it's more dark, more mysterious, and it's centered around the Fates, which is why I came to this party anyway. It's great to see the Fates make an appearance again, not in form, but definitely is making for a more interesting read. So I'm gonna go do my workout and then we'll get going on this 150 pages for today. It is Tuesday, so I'm not sure if we'll take this video all the way till next week Monday and do 7 days. I'll see how I feel because I do feel like it helps me read a bit more. We'll see. I don't know what else I was about to say there, but good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry about this lighting. It's supposed to rain all day. It hasn't rained a single drop yet, but the clouds are really clouding. That sounded so dumb, but it's very, very cloudy and there's bits of sun coming through, so it's like super bright and then super dark. I'm using natural lighting as I try to do sometimes, but I completed my reading yesterday. I didn't read a single page more. I did finish my other book that I was reading alongside this, but it's finished now, so I can just focus on today's video. We are now on page 199, chapter 22 in finale. I am enjoying this one a lot more than I did the first one. I still just think that came out funny. I still just think that it is very juvenile, like especially when there's like sound effects and it's like thunk, 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 clack, clack, clack. That's a children's book. I know what a thunk is. If it says it repeatedly thunked, I would think thunk, thunk, thunk in my head. I don't need it written down on the page. So I'm finding it super, super juvenile, and that part is literally making me roll my eyes, but still I do like this one better because Jax is in it, and I think all the Fates might make an appearance. I'm not 100% sure yet, but so far I am enjoying it a lot more. I'm not sure if I like Donatella or Scarlett more. One is pretty whiny, the other one is pretty reckless. Both of them have characteristics I don't like, so I don't know, but so far I am having fun and it's going pretty quickly. Like I said, a colder day today, so I will be sitting inside reading. I'm not sure if I want to sit here in the living room or if I want to go sit in our little sunroom over there. The sunroom's couch is like literally a pancake, so it feels like you're sitting on the floor, but I might just divide my time, change the scenery. Yesterday I didn't do much b-roll either because I ended up doing a little workout and then I showered, got ready, and then read again, and for some reason I just didn't pick up the camera, but I did in fact read. Let's do 150 pages for today. That should take us to page 240. No, I can't do math. Let's calculate. 349. So we should, okay, well that's in the middle of the chapter, so we should get all the way to the almost ending over there, and then we only have that much left. I might finish it today if I'm being honest with you. We'll see how we go. I just wanted to say as well, I started a blog which kind of covers my yachting experience, how I got into it and how it ended, which obviously, if you don't know, it ended very abruptly due to my medical diagnosis. So I will pop a link down in the description bar so you guys can go have a read if you would like. If any support would be greatly appreciated. It is free. You can do a paid little bit, like where you can, I think it's like $5 a month, and then I can do additional posts, but we're not quite there yet. So for now, it's all free. You can read along with my journey. I only started it about from when I am filming this a week ago, so my next post will go up next week, and it's just slowly unfolding all the things that I've experienced, my advice if you did want to start yachting. So yeah, go have a read and let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's it. I'm babbling, so I'm gonna go make myself a tea and we'll get reading on this. I think I might just sit here because the lighting's I don't have to move too much, so yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry that the camera's a bit slanted, but it's the tripod I'm using. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a quick update. I haven't even gotten ready for the day because I just did a little bit of reading and I did some Bible study. So I haven't really gotten ready yet. I just got up and tidied up my room afterwards. So I thought I'd do a quick check-in because I feel like because of the weather, it's really, really gloomy. You'll see the light go in and out. It's really gloomy. So someone's gonna come home early. So I thought I'd just do this quickly. So last night I ended up finishing finale, so I definitely read more than the 150 pages that I was meant to. I think I read close to 200 to 250 pages, which I'm really happy about. But I was curious to see how it ended, and I did like this a lot more than I liked the first two books in the series. I liked the array of different characters we got introduced to. Let me turn on a light. It's getting really dark. We had an array of characters, new and old, and I just liked that all together. But I didn't love this lighting. Did you try to turn off the lamp? No, now it's way too dark. Anyway, just ignore the lighting. So yeah, I love Jax and everything like that, but my rating for this book is going to be a 3.5. I think altogether the series is 3.5 for me. It wasn't my favorite. I definitely prefer the next series, which is Once Upon a Broken Heart. I feel like this just feels so YA and so juvenile. Like I said in my previous check-in, like the sound effects and all of that, it just made me annoyed. So yeah, I'm glad I finished it. That means I have completed a series, which is amazing. amazing. That's done. We are on day 4 now. It's Thursday today. So the next book we decided to pick up, I started this morning, is Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. And I am on chapter 7, page 50 now. I don't love the Daisy side of things. I know I reread the book a little bit earlier on this year to get out of my slump, but I don't love this side of things. I don't know why. It just doesn't have a pull on me. I'm finding it kind of boring, and I find Daisy kind of whiny. Like, she has everything going for her in her life, and I know the crime life and all of that, but I just feel like she's very silly. Like, the decision she makes is pretty dumb in my opinion. I just find this story a little bit slower than the Magnolia Parks. I don't know. I prefer the Magnolia Parks of things for sure, but I have to read this book in order to read the last Magnolia Park. But I'm only 50 pages in. I might change my mind. Again, I've said this in many previous videos. The Daisy chapters have like this little footnotes. I skip them. I just don't find them really helpful for me personally. It might give you some insight on her thoughts and stuff, but I just feel like it's unnecessary and it throws me out the story. So first couple of pages I started reading it and it slows my reading speed, so just skipping it, and I'm still getting the gist of the story. So this is our next book. I am 50 pages in, so that means we have 100 more pages. I'm not sure if I'm going to be as attached to this book, so who knows when we'll finish it. We might just use this book to, I can't even speak. I might use this book till the end of this video, which will end, I think, on Monday. That will be 7 days. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. Day 4, going strong. I haven't failed one day. I'm so proud of myself. I'm trying to like divide my time between reading and obviously editing and all my other life stuff I have going on. I had to read a book that I was sent, so that took up some of my time. It could have added to my reading pages, but I didn't want to feature it in another video. You'll see why when that video comes out. Hi guys, I usually don't check in the middle of this, but I just wanted to update you guys about where I am right now. So I'm still on page 50 of Daisy Hate. Currently also rereading This Woven Kingdom. I'm on page 44 on this, only because I really want to start these infinite threads probably in the next video, but I don't remember this book that much, so I just picked it up and I am liking it more than I did the first time. So I've read about 95 pages, 94 pages, so yeah, I don't know which one I'm going to stick to. I'll probably read this tonight, and then the rest of today I'm going to do this, but I just wanted to tell you guys that I am actually tandem reading at the moment. I don't know why. Something just possessed me to pick this up. I was looking at this on my desk and then I just picked this up. So don't be confused when I come up with my update, and yeah, we'll see. I'll probably try and read another 50 pages of this and another 50 pages of this, but we'll see. Morning everyone. I always say good morning. I actually started editing it out of my videos because my videos come out on a Saturday afternoon, but it's morning for me right now, so I'm saying good morning to be polite. I honestly thought I was going to fail this challenge yesterday, but I ended up reading 160 pages. So again, I mixed the two of them, but I mostly read This Woven Kingdom last night because I had a portion of the audiobook, so I thought I'd listen to that, and it took me to page 111, and then we read 50 pages of Daisy Hates. This morning I've already started my reading. Honestly, I kind of wanted to fail because I mean this video is going too good, isn't it? But today is Friday, so if I was going to fail any day it would be today and maybe tomorrow. But this morning I did get a bit of reading done. I read 38 pages of Daisy Hates, and then I only read a chapter of This Woven Kingdom, and it was 113. I only read about 15 pages of this, so together we've read about, I want to say 50 pages already this morning. So I'm gonna go on my morning walk and then we'll get reading. Yesterday I did a lot of editing and stuff, so I don't have that same to do today. I just need to upload a short and potentially film a short, but other than that I have the whole day to read. I do need to change my bedding, which is why my bed's not made yet. I first want to go for my walk, so that's out the way before I turn on some washing and do my bedding. This is going really well. Too well. I don't know if that makes for a good good video, but I've been very diligent with reading. It does help that it's winter as well, and I just want to spend all my time in bed reading. Yeah, it's going too well. We only have 2 days left, so after today, so Saturday and Sunday, we'll see how much we get done. I'm hoping I can still finish 1 book at least. I think because I'm spreading myself so thin, we probably won't, but definitely we'll see this in an upcoming wrap up, or I will just save ratings for the end of the video and then come back and tell you before I finish this video off. That's kind of where we're at. I don't know what made me read this book again, but I'm actually enjoying it a bit more reading it the second time. I do not like the embellishment of like words and stuff. I don't like pretentious writing. Other than that, I'm actually enjoying it a lot more, and I think that's because I completely finished the Shatter Me series, so that's out of the way and it's kind of not as much in my mind anymore. So I think I'm giving this a more like fair chance. I only gave it a 3.5, so I don't think it would be much higher than that, probably around a 4 if it continues to keep my interest. But I really want to read the next book, which is why I think I picked it up, and I don't remember all the details and nuances and whatever. Daisy Hates, I'm still not really enjoying. I'm finding it really boring. I don't know why. I just, every time I read her books, the first time round it's so boring, and then the second time round I enjoy it more for some reason. But so far, again, I'm just completely bored, which is why I think I've focused more time on the other book. And you can see there, I've definitely read more of This Woven Kingdom. But anyway, I'm going to try and be fair and even, so I might do 70, not 75, I've already read 50, so I might do 50 pages of Daisy Hates and 50 pages of This Woven Kingdom. We'll see. Good morning, everyone. So again, this angle, sorry about the mess in the background. I literally just got up. On Saturday mornings I give myself time to doom scroll, so that's exactly what I did. So yesterday, as predicted, we failed. I didn't read any more. I ended up going out to lunch with my dad, and then in the evening I went out for dinner with both my parents. So yeah, no reading was done, and a little bit too much partaking in drinking wine. So that was a fail. But today, starting fresh, I haven't read a single word. I'm hoping we won't fail again. I think yesterday, I want to say I read about 50 pages, which is not a lot. But I have been burning through books, so I think it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, we're going to try again today. I'm still going to read these 2 books, switch between the 2. I don't have any pull towards Daisy Hates. I don't know why. I just find it really boring. But anyway, that's the update for Saturday, which is day 5, I think. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So day 6. We are on day 6. So tomorrow will be our last day. So hopefully I can make some progress. Hi guys! So I didn't check in yesterday because I had a really busy day. We went grocery shopping and I had to do a few things, and I just spent the day with my mom and my dad. So I didn't check in, but I did complete the reading. However, on Saturday I did not. I literally read 0 pages on Saturday. My bad, because Friday I read around 50 pages too. So yeah, that was definitely a fail. Anyway, I completed it yesterday and I ended up reading 75 of each book. So I got up to page 206. So it's just over 100. It's just over 75 pages, but I got to page 206, chapter 18 of This Woven Kingdom. I'm really liking it upon my reread, and I'm actually starting to like rereading my books because I read so much that I kind of forget the plot lines and some of the core details. So I kind of remember the gist of the book, like Eliza being a djinn and humans being called clay, and she's a lost heir to the throne, but her people are being overthrown and suppressed or repressed. She is now tasked with something to do in order to claim her throne, but I don't remember if she wants it. So that's kind of how far I am. It is based on, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember now what it was called, but it's based on some sort of mythology in the like Middle East. So Middle Eastern mythology, I could say. I'm very excited to keep reading this. I'm hoping my rating will go up. I think I rated it a 3 or 3.5, and it's definitely gone up for me now because I'm just enjoying the flow of the writing so much more. But it could be because I'm really not enjoying Daisy Hates. I'm finding this very, very boring, very tedious. I didn't want to pick it up the whole time. I was like, I don't feel like it. It's boring, it's whiny. And I think because the timeline kind of coincides with Magnolia, it makes it that much more boring. However, the parts where Magnolia and BJ are mentioned, I am enjoying a lot more. I just don't like Daisy as a character. I don't know why. I just find her really, really boring and whiny. In this, I got to chapter 25 and page 167. Let's do a quick recap. First book we read was Haunted Hearts by Susanna Thompson, and this was an arc I got through Book Sirens. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a cute story. However, it was too short, and also I felt like the characters were underdeveloped, as well as it being a little bit too middle grade the way it read. The main character was 18, but she read around 14, 15 years old, so I didn't enjoy that aspect, but the core story I did really enjoy, with the whole witchy vibes in Salem. I thought that was really interesting, and I can't wait to read book 2, and I gave this a 3.5. Then we read Finale, which is the final book in the Caraval series. I enjoyed this book more than I did the other 2 books in the series, but unfortunately it's still a 3.5 for me. I just find it really, really juvenile, and like some of the imagery is really, really cool, but then there's little things, like I said, that she'd added in for like sound effects, like click, 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 and the clock goes tick tock, tick tock. Like, we don't need to know that. Like, I'm not 5. Like, I don't need to know all of that. So that part kind of threw me off a bit. I did like the story between our 2 main characters and their love interest. I thought that was really cute. Yeah, I just wanted a bit more from it, especially having read Once Upon a Broken Heart first. So altogether, I think this is a 3.5 series. I know I said that I would kind of read till the end of these books and then close up the video, but today's Monday, and I think I will start a new reading vlog, so definitely will be finishing these 2 books in that reading vlog. So please do remember to click subscribe so you can keep updated on my thoughts. I am really disappointed in Daisy Hates, like I said, so yeah, more on that in the next video. But with that being said, this was a fun week. It encouraged me to read a lot. Unfortunately, like I've said in previous videos, mentally I'm not having the best time, so if I don't feel like reading, I'm not going to force myself to. I don't want to firstly put myself in a slump or go into that rut place that I've been in. I did read some on the weekend, but I was listening to an audiobook, so it didn't count towards this because I wanted it to be only physical books. But yeah, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and click that bell icon so you get notifications every time I upload, and the other video will definitely be coming after this. So let me know what you think of that. Let me know what you thought of the Magnolia Park series, if you're a Daisy fan or a Magnolia fan, or if you're curious to pick this up. That is it. I don't think I explained this book very well, but I definitely will in the next video. So with that being said, that brings us to the end of this challenge. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys.